Don't yell, don't fight, don't get angry. Just do this. Stay calm. Peace doesn't disappear all at once. It disappears slowly. Sometimes it starts with an awkward word, a look of contempt, or an unmet expectation, and before you know it, you've allowed the other person to take control of you. But what if you could protect your peace? What if you could maintain that inner calm in traffic, at home, at work, or anywhere else? Today, I want to show you 10 quiet postures that the ancient Stoics practiced to avoid getting stuck in anger. In the end, you'll realize that peace isn't something you receive for free. It's something you cultivate, something you plant little by little, and if you nurture it well, it will become your greatest strength. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic sages, said that calm is invincible. Stoicism doesn't teach you to be a cold, unfeeling person. It teaches you to be a strong person. You can't decide what the world brings into your life, but you can decide what you give back to the world. The first step is breathe before you react. Imagine you're driving. Your day has already started full of important tasks. You're running late and worried. Suddenly, a car passes dangerously right in front of you, even honking its horn as if it were your fault. What's the first impulse? Scream, honk back, fight. But as Epictetus, another Stoic sage, taught, it's not the things that make us nervous, but the way we think about them. What's happening isn't what's robbing you of peace. What's really moving you is your understanding of the situation. At this moment, you're faced with an important decision. You might react without thinking, letting the other person control your feelings. Or you might pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and remember that your peace is worth far more than any brief argument. Taking a deep breath before responding is like an invisible shield protecting you. The next time your heart pounds with anger, ask yourself this question: is this really worth my energy? Freedom lies precisely in that small space between the impulse to react and the decision how to respond. The second attitude is observe but don't let it get to you. Think back to the last time someone made a comment that made you sad or angry. Maybe it wasn't that important, but you spent the whole day thinking about it. Why did that happen? Because you let that word pass you by and sink in. You allowed the other person to occupy your thoughts without asking permission. Epictetus, a wise man from long ago, said that when someone tries to hurt us, it is our own judgment that actually causes the pain. You don't have to accept the poison others offer. Think of your mind as your home. Would you let a stranger with dirty shoes enter your room? Of course. So why allow foul language to arise and disturb your peace? When you hear something that hurts, imagine it this way. The words are knocking on your door, but you choose not to open it. You can perceive what was said. You can understand it, but you don't have to let it happen. Observing without absorbing it is a way to protect your energy and save it for what's truly important. The third attitude is, don't get involved in fights that lead nowhere. Have you ever noticed how some arguments start out very small and then suddenly escalate into huge ego clashes? Sometimes all it takes is a different opinion or a rude remark, and there you have it. Several minutes or even hours of discussion that leads nowhere. Marcus Aurelius, another wise man, advised us to avoid these trivial disputes because they lead our souls astray. Before you respond to a provocation, ask yourself, what do I really gain by winning this fight? Most of the time you'll find that you gain nothing. You'll simply get tired. Choosing to remain silent rather than engage in a pointless argument is a sign of intelligence and strength, not weakness. Always remember, you don't have to accept every provocation that comes your way. Your peace is worth far more than any victory, which ultimately has no value at all. The fourth attitude is, change your mindset even if the situation doesn't change. Imagine someone harshly criticizing your work. When someone criticizes you, your first reaction might be to feel wronged, sad, or even angry. But Seneca, a wise man from ancient times, said that the way we understand things hurts us more than the facts themselves. Criticism is really just a noise in the air. What really hurts is the meaning you give it. And the good thing is, you can change that meaning. Instead of thinking, am I being attacked? You can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or even, does this criticism reflect who I am? Or does it simply reflect the limited perspective of the person criticizing me? Changing your mindset is like reclaiming your power. This way, criticism becomes not a weapon that damages your self-esteem, but rather a fuel that helps you grow and improve. The fifth attitude is, don't expect others to do what you would do. How many times have you been sad or disappointed because someone didn't show you the same consideration, respect, or loyalty that you would have shown them? You are committed, honest, and fair. And without realizing it, you end up expecting the world to give you the same in return. But Marcus Aurelius, another wise man, said we should expect people to behave as they are, not as we would like them to. Everyone acts based on what they know and how much they've learned in life. There's no point in trying to pick sweet fruit from trees that are still dry. Accepting that others are different and often limited doesn't mean giving up on people. It means protecting your heart from unnecessary hurt. The next time you're disappointed by someone, remember, you've done your part, but you're not responsible for what others reap. The sixth attitude is, control your body so you can control your mind. When anger arises, your body reacts first. You feel your shoulders stiffen, your hands clench into fists, and your jaw tense. Your body prepares for battle before your mind even realizes what's happening. Epictetus said that we must first control the reactions that occur in the body, and only then control our thoughts. Anger begins in the body before it transforms into emotions. If you can relax your body when someone provokes you, it sends a very powerful message to your mind. I am in control. The next time you notice your body showing signs of irritation, take a step back. Notice what you feel. Take a deep breath. Drop your shoulders and relax your jaw. This way, you'll show yourself that you have the situation under control. Do you want to learn to control your anger? Start with your body. It's like a thermometer that shows what you're feeling, but it's also the key to control it. Ask yourself, should my body show tension or calm? The seventh attitude is, stay away from what unbalances you. We often insist on staying in places where our peace is constantly threatened. It could be a bad environment, aggressive conversations, or relationships where we are constantly provoked and tested. But Epictetus, an ancient sage, reminds us, stay away from what does not strengthen your soul. You don't have to stay in places that gradually destroy you from within. Nor do you have to react to provocations that only drag you down. Walk away without feeling hatred or harboring resentment. Simply protect the most precious thing within you, your inner peace. Ask yourself, is this place making me grow or tearing me down? If the answer is it's knocking me down, then you already know what you need to do. Leaving this place is a quiet and beautiful way to pay yourself respect. But there's a catch. If you've been trying to break out of conformity and ignorance for a while and haven't been able to, it may be for other reasons, and you don't know what. But I know what it is. It's fear. Fear comes like a silent snake and poisons you without you realizing it. This leaves you infected for days, months, or even years. And if you had that, it would be like living sick. However, there is a Stoic antidote that, along with modern psychology, can free you from all of this, just as it freed me. I made a video showing how to get rid of this poison from your life. It's in the first comment. Click the link in the first comment and heal yourself of this fear poison. The eighth attitude is, practice empathy, as the ancient Stoics did. When someone mistreats you, you want to get angry, react, or even attack. But Marcus Aurelius, another wise man, taught, when someone insults you, think like this. This person doesn't know what they're doing. Most people act out of their own pain, fear, or because they don't know how to act better. Understanding this allows you to feel compassion instead of judgment. And compassion is one of the few things that can alleviate anger. The next time someone is unfair or rude to you, ask yourself, what is this person carrying inside? It's liberating to look beyond the behavior and recognize hidden pain. This doesn't mean you should tolerate abuse, but it does mean you don't have to let others' bitterness infect you. The ninth attitude is, prioritize what's truly important. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you waste your time getting upset about little things? A slow line, a rude response, or an opinion that doesn't even make a difference. When we give too much importance to little things, we end up wasting valuable energy. Epictetus said that happiness depends on focusing only on what matters. Before you react to something that bothers you, ask yourself this question. Will this still be important in 5 days and in 5 years? If the answer is no, There's no reason to get upset. Value your energy. Focus only on what matters, and you'll find a peace few people know. The 10th attitude is practice emotional distance. How many times have you tried to change the thoughts, actions, or reactions of others? This attempt is futile, and irritation arises precisely when we believe we can control others. Seneca, a wise man of antiquity, said, "Wish that things happen as they should, and then you will live in peace." Emotional detachment means understanding that you don't have control over everything, and that's okay. When you let go of the desire to control the outside world, you connect with the only thing you can truly control, your own mind. The next time you feel the need to change someone's behavior, stop, take a breath, and remember, you can't control the outside world, but your inner world can be as strong as a fortress. Irritability is not a sign of strength, but rather a sign that we are still caught up in what is happening around us. True strength lies in silence. It appears when you take a deep breath, even when everything seems to invite you to fight. It shows itself when you keep a cool head, even when the world is trying to provoke you. Each of the attitudes you've learned today isn't a trick, but a seed. And like every seed, it needs to be nurtured daily to grow. Perhaps tomorrow someone will try to provoke you. Perhaps someone wants to take away your peace. But now you know. If you have control over yourself, nothing and no one will control you. Now I want to know from you, which of these 10 attitudes do you think you should practice more in your life? Leave it in the comments. I really want to know which one touched your heart the most. If this content made sense to you, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who also needs to regain control of their own emotions. Remember, respect begins within. Freedom comes from self-control. What about peace? Peace is a quiet achievement for those who choose to be greater than any provocation.